Yarnivores, it is Fiber Spider back again. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite stitches. This is great for scarves, blankets, love it. You know, it's lacy, it's simple, and the repetition makes it mindless, so it is perfect for, in front of the TV, watching a movie, pretending to listen to somebody. It's great. Okay, so on that note, this is called the Rover stitch. Now, this yarn, lovely shades of purple, going to be using and a size K crochet hook. The gauge is really not very important with this stitch, especially if you're doing a scarf. So you're starting with a slip knot as per usual. And now to start this pattern, we need a multiple of 6 plus 5. Now for a scarf, you might want to do, say, 30 or so, and then the 5. But I'm going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because this is just a little sample to show you, I'm going to leave it at the length of 2 groups of 6, and then plus my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, this will give you an idea as to where it's going to go. So we've got our total of 2 groups of 6, 12, plus the 5. So we've got, for this sample, 17 stitches. So now to start, you're going to do a double crochet into the 6th chain from the hook. So it's not where the loop is, holding the hook. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see. So I'm going to wrap to make my double crochet, insert my hook, and make my double crochet. Pardon me. And then I'm going to do a double crochet into each of the next 2 chains for a total of 3 double crochets. So go right in there. So we've got 1. And then we've got our second one. Okay, so we've got a cluster of 3 and a little loop at the end. Alrighty. And then we chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we do a double crochet into the next chain down here. So we yarn over and we go into this chain right here. All right, so we've got an arch. We've got a loop, cluster of 3, an arch, and it's closed. All right, so then we skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and then into the third one there, you are going to, let me see here. Okay, so you do a double crochet into each of the next 3 chains. So we skipped the 2, and then we do 3 double crochets, so we're creating another cluster. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty. And then we chain 3 again. There we are. And then we do a double crochet into the next chain. Sound repetitious already? I think so. All right, so we're doing that double crochet into the next chain. All right, so I see we've got 1 arch, and then we've got a cluster, and then we have another arch. Okay, and basically you keep doing this until you reach the last 2 chains. So when you reach the last two chains, you skip one chain, and into the last chain, you do a double crochet. All right, simple enough? Yes, I think so. All right, now for row 2, you chain 3. Now be careful, and you'll see why. Now, when you're chaining up, be sure that your third chain in particular is not too tight, because we're going to have to go into that chain on the next pass. All right, so I've chained up 3, and then into this arch space right here, okay, we are going to do yet another cluster. So into this chain 3 archwork, we are going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we chain 3, and then we do another double crochet into this archwork. All right, see, now we're going the opposite way. All right. Now, into the next arch space, right over here, we're skipping over all these. Okay, into the next chain archway space, we do another cluster of 3 double crochets. So we got 1, and we have 2, and we have 3. Okay, and then we do chain 3, and then we do another double crochet into that arch space. Okay, then to finish this row, we are going to do a double crochet into the top of this loop here. Now, you could conceivably just go into the loop there. You could. The pattern, however, calls for you doing a double crochet into, and let me just get it so you can see it, into this top chain here. It's a little fiddly, but you can get it if you are persistent. See? All right, and so you finish up your double crochet stitch, and then you, to go on to round 3, you chain up 3. Again, being sure not to make that last one too tight, and then you do 3 double crochets into that arch space. Chain 3. Let me untangle my yarn a bit. Okay, so we did the 3 double crochets, the chain 3, and another double crochet all within that space there. Then we go on to the next archway with 3 double crochets. A chain 3, another double crochet, and last but not least, a double crochet into the third chain of this chain 3 that we did previously. See, I kept it loose so I can go right in there, and shabam. All right, so like I said, this is merely a sample to show you how the stitch looks. It's very, very simple, it's very pretty, it's lacy. If you want to make it tighter, then I would suggest using a smaller size hook. It's totally up to you. Personally, I rather like this really nice, open, lacy sort of look. And if you are going to do a scarf, I would suggest that you actually do use a smaller size hook so that it isn't quite so lacy, or I would suggest making your scarf extra wide so that it can be gathered up and bunched and keep out the cold. And seeing as how it's almost Halloween and it is freezing outside, it sounds like a good idea. All right, well, listen, that's all for now. And I hope that you enjoyed this pattern, and I hope you had fun and learned something. And listen, if you like this video, please, like it, subscribe, share this video. As I always say, knowledge is power, but sharing is caring. Share this, make one of these up, into a nice scarf.